Josaia Raisuqe is a player whose raw talent, tenacity, and journey from the villages of Fiji to the stadiums of France inspired numerous fans all over the world. If you are a follower of international rugby, you are familiar with the name Josaia Raisuqe. Immediately following the terrible and tragic news of the passing of this outstanding athlete, the rugby community has come together in collective grief. In this video, we will walk you through the complete narrative of Josaia Raisuqe's untimely death, including the accident that took his life, his family, and personal life, the highlights of his career, his net worth, his lifestyle, and the biography that made him a symbol of hope and tenacity. Be sure to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to receive additional stories that are relevant if you enjoy in-depth dives into the lives of sports icons. To start, let's talk about the sad news that has sent shockwaves across the world of rugby. A horrible catastrophe took Josaia Raisuqe's life on May 8, 2025, when he was only 30 years old. The accident occurred in Seixton, which is located in France. During the time that Raisuqe was traveling to a team training session, his vehicle was struck by a train at a level crossing, as stated by official records from French authorities and his club, Castres Olympiques. Unfortunately, despite the prompt response of emergency personnel, there was nothing that could be done to save him. It has been determined that the incident was a terrible accident, and there is no suspicion of any misconduct. Following the news of Raisuqe's passing, the French National Rugby League decided to postpone Castres' next match and stated that a minute of silence and other tributes would be held at all top 14 and Pro D2 games that weekend. This is a monument to the influence that Raisuqe had on French rugby. Having been born on July 20, 1994 in Naitasiri, Fiji, Josaia Raisuqe was raised in a nation where rugby is more than simply a sport. Rather, it is a way of life. It was while he was a child that he first picked up a rugby ball, and he rapidly distinguished himself due to his size, speed, and agility. His formative years were spent participating in sports for local teams, where he earned a reputation for his tireless work ethic and contagious enthusiasm. As a result of the national selector's quick recognition of his talent, he was given the opportunity to make his debut with the Fiji Sevens team in the year 2015. Additionally, in the same year, he was instrumental in Fiji's victory at the World Rugby Sevens Series, which brought him to the attention of international scouts. Stade Français, one of the most prestigious rugby clubs in France, was the club that recruited Raisuqe in 2015, which was the beginning of his major break. The transition from the Pacific Islands to the bustling city of Paris was a significant one. Yet Raisuqe was able to swiftly adjust to his new environment and immediately acquired a reputation as a powerful winger who was a fan favorite for his courageous play. Over the subsequent few years, he competed in both the top 14 and Pro D2 leagues while playing for a number of French clubs, including Nevers and Castres Olympiques, among others on the French football scene. His versatility allowed him to flourish as both a flanker and a winger, and he was praised for his ability to break tackles, score tries, and energize his teammates. He was also praised for his ability to break tackles. However, the road that Raisuqe took was not without of difficulties. Following a major incident that occurred off the field and had legal implications, he was fired from his position at Stade Français in the year 2017. He was found guilty of assault in France in the year 2020, and as a result, he was given a term of suspended imprisonment. These failures could have put an end to his career, but Raisuqe made the decision to confront his errors, focus on improving himself, and go back to playing the sport that he cherished. Redeeming himself and maturing were two hallmarks of his time spent at Nevers. Over the course of the 2018-2019 season, he surpassed all other try scorers in the league and contributed to the club's achievement of a top 6 finish. When Raisuqe competed for Fiji at the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024, it was likely the moment that he reached the zenith of his career. In his capacity as a member of the national sevens team, he was instrumental in assisting Fiji in achieving a silver medal. He scored a try during the pool stage and started the final match against France, which was the nation that was hosting the competition. The realization of a lifetime desire for Raisuqe was to be able to compete in the Olympics while wearing the Fijian jersey, and his performances brought both his family and his country great pride. Outside of the playing field, Josaia Raisuqe was noted for being a reserved and modest individual. In spite of the fact that the media has not been particularly forthcoming with information regarding his wife or children, people who were familiar with him have described him as having a strong connection to his family and the Fijian community, both in France and in his own country. He frequently gave speeches in which he emphasized the significance of family, faith, and returning to his roots. Raisuqe was a well-liked character among his teammates, coaches, and fans all around the world. He was admired not just for his athleticism, but also for his generosity, friendliness, and contagious smile. In terms of his financial situation, Raisuqe was able to maintain a comfortable and secure way of life because to his work as a professional rugby player in France. It is thought that players in the top 14 and Pro D2 can earn big wages, particularly when combined with incentives from international events and sponsorships. Although his exact net worth has never been made public, it is believed that players in these positions can earn significant earnings. Extravagance was not associated with Raisuqe in any way. He chose to live a simple life, with the primary focus being on providing for his family and making investments in his future. This is a narrative of tenacity, redemption, and the power of pursuing your aspirations, and it is told through the life story of Josaia Raisuqe. There was a generation of young athletes who were inspired by him to believe in themselves, regardless of the challenges they faced, and he did this from the villages of Fiji to the stadiums of Europe. The unexpected demise of this individual is a tragic loss, not only for the sport of rugby, but also for everyone who has faith in the ability of sports to transform people's lives. Celebrating Josaia Raisuqe's legacy, his thrilling runs, his Olympic win, his bravery in the face of hardship, and the joy he offered to fans all around the world is something we should do as we remember him. Reflecting on Josaia Raisuqe's life, I feel both admiration and profound sorrow. His story represents more than athletic achievement. It embodies resilience, personal growth, and the pursuit of excellence against tremendous odds. Coming from a small village in Fiji to the grand stadiums of France, Raisuqe demonstrated how talent combined with relentless determination can transcend circumstance. To me, his journey highlights the transformative power of sport as a vehicle not just for personal success, but for inspiring communities and giving hope to younger generations. What strikes me most is his capacity for redemption. Facing legal setbacks and personal challenges, Raisuqe chose accountability and self-improvement rather than surrendering to adversity. That decision alone speaks volumes about character and maturity, qualities that are often overlooked when evaluating public figures purely by their on-field performance. In my opinion, his legacy is defined not just by the tries he scored or medals he won, but by the example he set in resilience, humility, and growth. I also see his untimely passing as a reminder of the fragility of life, even for those at the pinnacle of physical prowess. It underscores the importance of safety measures, mental and physical health awareness, and community support for athletes who live high-pressure lives. Perhaps greater emphasis on road safety and stress management for traveling athletes could prevent similar tragedies. Beyond the practical measures, Raisuqe's story encourages reflection on how we support talent from marginalized or remote backgrounds, providing mentorship, resources, and guidance that nurture both skill and personal development. Ultimately, Josaia Raisuqe's life leaves a dual legacy: the awe-inspiring feats of a world-class athlete and the enduring lesson that true greatness includes resilience, integrity, and a commitment to lifting others as you rise. Personally, I believe honoring his memory means carrying forward those values, supporting young athletes holistically, and celebrating both their achievements and their humanity. His story reminds us that the measure of an individual extends far beyond statistics. It is in the inspiration they leave behind. I would appreciate it if you could share your opinions in the comments section below if his tale moved you. Please share with us the ways in which Josaia Raisuqe has influenced you. And don't forget to subscribe to receive more in-depth stories about the individuals who sculpt our world. Josaia, may you rest in peace knowing that you will long be remembered.